sometimes, like, man, I think what we be missing is it's like people got to be at a certain place in their life. They got to be at a certain stage in order for them to like really hear what you be talking about. Like when you be out there trying to give people advice in some way, shape, or form, it's almost like people have to be at a certain level in their progression of whatever trauma they've endured. Because I don't know what the steps are, but there's steps to their trauma. Meaning, it's like that initial shock. Maybe they go through some type of denial, then they go through some type of anger, then they go through whatever, and then it only comes till later that they can understand and fully accept the situation for what it was. It's like the steps of grieving. Like when somebody dies, there's steps that people go through. You know what I'm saying? In the same vein, when people get hurt, there's certain steps even in our body as we're healing at a biological level. There's a pathway. It's called the inflammatory like response. If some type of bacteria gets into your body follows a pathway in which it does everything. They're step by step by step. That's why scientists, they can use medicines, they can use different tools in order to combat whatever disease or whatever sickness that you're dealing with. Is because they understand at a biological level the pathway to the healing process of your body. The same way. With that being said, I think a lot of people, they're not ready to hear that personal accountability portion of it, because people don't recognize that their power in their life, it comes from their own power of personal accountability. And that is like very much like kryptonite for a lot of people, because it's oftentimes is when people, they be telling a story, they might not be telling the story from a position where they're trying to hear some type of answers or they're trying to get some type of results. They're telling it from a place where a lot of times people just want attention from it. That's just what they want. They don't really want to solve the problem. And you'll see that when you try to give them some type of way to help you move or help them navigate the problem. It's not even saying that you're an expert, but you're thinking like, okay, they coming to me, maybe I can, but you give it to them, they're rejecting every doggone thing. They're not trying to get no doggone answers for that. So some people, they just want to get attention for it. Other people, man, they just want to dwell in it. And the thing is, I don't even think these steps in people's process of their trauma is not necessarily bad if that person understands where they are. But a lot of people, they don't understand where they are, and it's very clouded to see your way out. When you've endured some type of trauma in general, it's hard to see where you are in that process and want to get up out of it. For whatever reason, they want to stay at certain stages. That's what people are. Sometimes people could be at a certain stage in their healing process for years. It could be years. You know what I'm saying? Whereas other people, they could have went through the same experience and this could have been shorter for whatever reason. That's up to an individual and that individual person. Who knows exactly why? It could be so many other reasons why people will be in some type of trauma in their life for the years and the decades or whatever they are. Whereas another person, it's not that long. Okay. So you can't even look at people in their healing process as the same. So I know it's a little confusing, but just in general, like that's just what it is. You know, but for whatever reason, sometimes people, they don't want to move on. Other people, they don't know how to move on. But oftentimes, when you're coming in with some type of personal accountability and you telling that, people got to understand, and it's like they got to be at the stage to really hear what you're saying. Because oftentimes, even myself included, and for most of us, if we really truly being truthful, like when somebody's saying, "Oh, personal accountability," it's almost like they're invalidating you. You're not invalidating people when you say that, but it's like it feels like people are invalidating you in the sense that you just told them everything you went through and all this stuff, and it's like they're jumping over the fact that somebody did something to you, and then they go into the point where they're saying, "Oh, well, you should have did this, or you should have." It's almost like they're invalidating what you just said, like you're blaming them for whatever happened to them. And this is how people get, and this is oftentimes where people, they don't like that, because also too, again, some people, they don't want to have to change their behavior. That's another big old component of it too. They don't want to change their behavior. They want to be the same and keep the same behavior, but they expect different results in whatever they're doing. But they want to keep the behavior. They don't want to change nothing. They just want people to be different. And it's never going to work. And they're going to keep on going through the same problem over and over and over and over and over again. Some people, they don't want to admit that in some way, shape, or form, they have to change something about themselves. Some people, they don't want to admit that something is wrong. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but they don't ever want to admit it. Some people, that it's like it's stemming. A lot of times it can be stemming from low self esteem. A lot of times they don't want other people to see them in a certain type of light. They don't want to see their damn self in a certain type of light. They don't want other people to look at them in a certain type of way. Some people just got pride. They don't want to admit something hurt. You know what I'm saying? It can be so many different reasons why, but it's like a lot of people, they don't want to change. That's why when people hear personal accountability, they reject it like a mud. Some people, they feel like it's invalidation, like you're not really listening to them. That you it's almost like you scolding them for telling them whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like they feel like you scolding them, and you're not scolding them, but that's what they feel like. You know what I'm saying? And and it's like hard for them to truly digest what you say. Especially, also another big thing is it's based on like sometimes who is saying whatever they're saying towards you, like in terms of whoever's saying, oh, you got to take personal accountability. Sometimes it's dependent upon who's saying it to them and the tone in which they're saying it. I'm not saying that none of this stuff is like like people got to get over, but I'm just saying that it's a multitude of reasons why when you say personal accountability to people, they not trying to hear it, because in some level, some way, some shape, form, it's like they got to take some type of responsibility. They got to take some type of part to play in whatever has happened and transpired in their life. And it's almost like they got to work harder. And some people, they just don't want to do that. They don't. They don't. They don't. Some people that I'm telling, that's just what it is for a lot of people. They don't want to work on it. They don't want to look at themselves. They want to look at everybody else. They just want to be who they are, but they want better results. And it's like they're not going to listen to you. They just going to say, oh no, it was just this person's fault, it was this person. And the thing is, it's not even necessarily a person's fault. Again, they could be going through relationship, whatever situations they be going through, but they go into some type of situation where they consistently find themselves in a situation where they're not getting the results that they want, especially when with some type of other romantic partner. Maybe it could be at work, maybe it could be familial, like with family, maybe it could be with people in the community. In some way, some shape, some form, they are not having the results that they want, and they don't understand how they can change it. Some people, again, they don't want to change it. They just like to talk about it because then they know it gets attention. They don't ever want to change. Some people, man, they need seasons in their life where they just dwell in it. Some people got to like just dwell in that area for some time. You know what I'm saying? Whereas other people, they might not dwell on the same issues. Everybody's different, and everybody dwell, or they experience the trauma in different ways based off of how they grew up, based off of what was around them, based how they feel about themselves, based on what people imparted in them when they were young, and the programming that they put in them when they were young. And so, with that being said, you got to understand you can't help everybody and you can't save everybody. That's sometimes what it is. If people ain't willing to listen to what you're saying, and if people ain't listening, again, it's not even like you might not even necessarily be coming across in a negative way. But the thing is, if people don't, they're not willing to understand. They don't want to know right now. Some people, they just don't want to. They don't want you to talk about. They want you to lie to them. They do. And they don't want you to. It's almost like they want you to play a part in a delusion, and then they get mad at you when you say something that's about reality. And again, for most people, a lot of people, they don't want to, like myself included. Sometimes you want to believe what you want to believe, but the reality is showing you something completely different. You know what I'm saying? And it's sometimes, yeah, you got, if you believe in God, sometimes that's God says, you got to walk by faith, not by sight. So there are cases, it's like it's very difficult because sometimes people, they be holding on to their faith and they believe, like, and that's true. Like sometimes you gotta walk by faith because you could be doing things, and you're not progressing in the way that you want, or it seems like everything is failing on every end. And a lot of times people, they'll give up. They'll say, okay, I give into the reality, and then that's when they mess themselves over because they gave into the reality. Whereas in other cases, and people who've made it big in life in some way, shape, or form, they'll tell you they have to persevere even when at times when everything in reality showed something completely different. So there's a faith component to it, but it's like also, you know what I'm saying? Like, so sometimes, it could be that too. It could be a whole different, it could be a whole couple of different type of things that where people, they feel like maybe you being negative towards them. They feel like you being negative. They feel like, and you might not necessarily be being negative. It's case by case, and it's based on the person. It's truly based on them. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just what you got to understand. When people hear you say, oh, you got to take personal accountability, they're looking at it in the perspective of, it's almost like you're invalidating them. You're invalidating them. They know what you're saying is they will have to take some type of responsibility. And it's like they got to take action. If you being real, it's like, dude, somebody screwed me over. I got to take action for what somebody else did towards me. Why I got to take action? No, I ain't do nothing wrong. It was this person. It was that person. But they not really didn't see the part that they played in the situation. They don't want to see that. They not willing to see that right now. Or sometimes they really can't see. And it takes time. Sometimes it takes people to fall on their ass or fall on their head a couple of different times before they get the message. They don't see how they play the role in the situation or the scenario. And that's where you're coming at them with the angle of personal accountability. But so sometimes you got to sympathize with people. Again, sometimes you can sympathize like you empathize with people and like look, I understand why you upset. I understand why you feel like I am invalidating you, and I understand that. I understand, man, this person or whatever situation you grew up in, it was not in your favor. If anything, it was downright disrespectful, and it was hateful, negative, mean, nasty, whatever you want to call it. It was evil what people did towards you. It was wrong, and you was put in a position in your life where you was disadvantaged in some way, shape, or form. But the thing is, it's not to take away all that hurt and that pain, but you got to understand the part that you played in the sense that you are the author of your life to a certain degree. You have the ability to control your life if you got the courage enough to take it. People can only do what they can do to you if you allow it. And I mean that literally in every case. They can only do so much unless they physically bound you. And even when they physically bound you, doesn't mean that you can't fight back. They can only do so much. So and personal accountability is where you find your personal power. And this is the message you're trying to get to people. But again, they don't want to listen to that. They don't want to hear that part. But it's like you got to empathize and understand and say, I understand what you're talking about. But listen right here. Look, I understand that it's a lot of people out here that ain't about nothing. But you already know who you are as a person to a certain degree. You already know what you do and you do not like to a certain degree. So if a person comes in and they got those qualities or those traits that you're not vibing with, you don't even go down that road with that individual. You don't even spark it up. Even if the person looks a certain type of way or they're cool or whatever the situation might be or job, it could be literally anything. Just because it looks a certain type of way and you might have some faith like, oh, this might be different. What has happened in the past? People, they don't want to pull back from the past and look at the past because, again, a lot of people, they don't want to look at themselves for who they are. They don't want to look at those situations and those scenarios. They want it to be the other person because they don't have to do anything at that point. But then people don't realize that you're not growing in life. They don't understand that your power, your personal accountability is your growth. When you see that you were the one that made certain mistakes, you were 100% the victim in this situation. But sometimes the part that you played in it was that you gave that person a chance in the very first place and you saw all them red flags. Sometimes they told you a lie and that you knew it was a lie. Or you ain't check up on what they said, but you felt like it was a lie, but you gave them the benefit of the doubt. And then whatever happened in the past, whatever happened. Sometimes you kept people in your life that you knew you should have left a long time ago. They showed you in every way, shape, or form that they didn't like you, they didn't respect you, they didn't want you. They did that, bop, bop, bop. And a lot of people don't want to hear that type of stuff. Because again, man, it's like it feels better or like it's better to be a victim. Because you ain't got to change. But what's going to happen is a lot of people, they thinking like, oh, well, I was the victim or whatever, whatever. They don't learn the lesson because they don't want to take the role that they played in it. And as a result, they thinking that they're gonna have a different future. And when reality keeps on telling them something different, they get pissed off. And then if somebody comes in and tell them like what the reality is showing, they get pissed off even more. Cause it's like it wasn't my fault. I shouldn't have to change. I hasn't. They don't grasp the fact that it's you people can only do so much. If you open up the door, sometimes the role that you played in a situation was, even though they came in and did whatever they did and it was evil, it was foul. At the end of the day, you got to understand that person to a large degree, it doesn't matter. Everybody can know that this person is a horrible person. It doesn't change the fact from your situation that you just got screwed over. It don't change that fact. It don't change the fact. You could have allowed somebody around you, and it was a killer. If that person were to kill you again, everybody knows that that person was wrong. Hell, the person that killed you knew that it was wrong. And they didn't care, and they still killed you. And at the end of the day, guess what? You dead. You can't come back from death. Nobody gonna care about your life. I mean, nobody can bring you back. It don't matter how many times we sit there and we condemn this man. This man could get life. He can get electrocuted, or she can get electrocuted. Whoever it is, they just die for their sins. But it does not bring the fact that it doesn't bring you back to life. That is why personal accountability is so important. Nobody suffers but you. It doesn't matter. People know that they're evil. People know that they be doing wrong. This world be knowing that they do wrong, and they gonna do it anyway. They're gonna do it anyway. So it gets to a point where you realize I can't rely on the world to do me right. If I rely on the world to do me right, the world gonna screw me over each and every time. I have evidence. I have evidence after evidence after evidence after evidence after evidence that the world will screw me over if I allow them. It gets to the point, even the ones that you love the most, you gotta look at them and see people for who they are. The Bible says your enemies will come from your own household. From it be your own people. And that stuff breaks people down to a whole nother level that they ain't ready to hear. And it's like they don't want to, because now they got to almost go in a stage where they might have to let people go. That's another thing. People be scared of the consequence. They scared that if they accept the truth of the reality of what happened and they actually do take personal accountability, they know damn well without a shadow of a doubt, they're going to have to start letting people go that they love the most. And they don't know what life is like without those people. They know damn well that that's what they're going to have to do. They scared to be alone. They don't know what's going to happen next. And that fear, it keeps people in this shell and they just want other people to do right. And people gonna show you time and time again. People gonna treat you even worse. They will drag your ass up in the down the mud. They will drag you all over the place. They'll drag you around USA. They'll drag your ass in Europe. They'll drag your ass in China. They will drag your ass in Russia. They will drag you wherever you allow them. They will drag your ass across the Sahara Desert. Hell, if God allowed it, they would drag your ass across heaven too. They wouldn't give a damn. That's how some people are in this world. And it could be Ken. It could be the people that's like, you don't want, yes. People, you gotta look at people's spirits, not their flesh. Because it don't matter, man. If y'all spirits is different, you got the spirit of God, they got the spirit of the damn devil. Ain't nothing gonna happen. They will drag you each and every time. Because it's like they don't operate in the same way. And so that's a part of the personal accountability is like understanding that no, you're not the perpetrator, but it's understanding I'm not the perpetrator, but I'm allowing it because people already showed me who they were. They already showed me I just don't want to look at who they are. I just don't want to accept who they are because if I accept people for who they are, now the decision is all on me. I got to make that decision. And so now you left with this conundrum. Either I can suffer with people, but I still got people, or I got to go and experience the unknown without people, but I got my peace. A lot of people they ain't ready for that. They ain't ready. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like these are the type of decisions that a lot of people they're gonna have to make. So they don't want to hear all that. They don't want to. They want people to just to do right by them, but they don't realize they're giving their power over to the damn devil, and wondering why they getting dragged left and right, why they in all this misery. If a person ain't healed, I don't care about what their flesh is. I don't give a damn if y'all are blood. I don't give a damn if people knew you since you was a child. If y'all spirits ain't the same, they will drag your ass. And a demon, if a person got trauma and they got them damn demons in you, and another person, they will drag it. It doesn't matter. It ain't got a damn thing to do with, necessarily with that individual. It is what people be going through inside. And so the way that you have to protect yourself and take personal account, sometimes you got to back away from people and let them go in love. Let them be whatever they're going to be in love. You look at them, it's like, they're not going to change. So I got to change. I got to change because I know they not. Even if they coming back with all these sweet words of gestures, what they have showed me continuously is they will drag me if I allow it. They show me continuously that they never have my best interests at heart and they never will. Every time that I go on this merry-go-round with these individuals, the same result happens and I end up more hurt at the end. I'm the only one suffering. Everybody else is doing good in life and it's like I'm the one that's suffering and they don't care. We using titles or we using time or we using race or whatever to stick to people that don't give a damn about us, that's going to keep on dragging us to the day that we die. And they're going to look at us like we stupid. They're going to look at you like you stupid. And it's not to be disrespectful. And I understand how harsh that might feel. But I'm telling you, that's how people's mentality is. Oh, sure, they will use titles to stay around you. They will use blood to stay around you. They will use whatever they can, whatever manipulative ploy that they can use, they will use it to stay around you and take advantage of you. And they will look at you as you a damn stupid goofy. You a goofy. You deserve to get dragged. That's what their actions will show you. They don't even have to say that they mouth. Because out their mouth, they'll say all these beautiful, colorful words, but they actions show you they don't give a goddamn about you. And they're gonna drag you each and every time you allow them to have a chance. They will use words to make you feel good, flattery to make you feel good. They will use words to tug at your emotional strings, just to get you on that damn string, so they can keep on dragging your ass up and up and down across this beautiful country. That's what people will do. That's what they will do. And so you get to a point where you realize you can't rely on other people to take the power, you can't rely and give that power over away to individuals and expect them to do right by you. Because they've shown you continuously over and over and over again. Or it's not even just people, but just situations you've been through that merry-go-round. It's like, at what point you got to realize you got to make the change and understand that that's your power right there. People don't even understand that that's their power. That's their power. Once you stop relying on other people to do right by you, once you stop giving people the power to have that ability to do right by you, and you start to take that on, you don't have to go back and forth with people. That's what I'm saying. You ain't gotta be no goddamn demon to these people. You don't have to. That's not about no doggone weakness. It's about understanding your spirit, man. You go back and forth with these goddamn demons, y'all both gonna get dragged to hell. You're not gonna feel good going back and forth with a demon, going tit for tat with a demon. You're gonna feel good initially, but I guarantee to you, you will always regret it in the end. You will always regret it. It's a difference between standing up for yourself and understanding when this is some folly and this is some foolishness. It's a difference with fighting for respect and fighting for your honor and fighting for what is yours, in comparison to going back and forth for the damn fool. You realize that's your personal. You can't rely on other people. People are miserable. I'm telling you, people, if they don't work through their traumas, they don't work through what the hell that they've been through, them damn demons will ravage you to pieces. You won't have happiness. How the hell can people give you happiness when they ain't got happiness? How they gonna do that? They can't. How they gonna give you love when they ain't got love? Give a damn about what their mouth says. What do they actions show you? That's why people don't want to do that though. Because they gotta remove those emotions. And they gotta look at people for who they are. Or they gotta look at situations and scenarios for who they are. And they gotta look at their damn self for who they are. The thing is, the wise, they understand, man, I'm not where I need to be in life. Right now, I'm in a weak space in my life. I'm a grown ass man and I'm in a weak space in my life. I'm a grown ass woman and in a weak space in my life. Thing is, I might be weak today, but I'm gonna get up tomorrow and be a little bit stronger than I was yesterday. And that's all you can give yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't judge yourself. You got to have some type of compassion for yourself. You got to understand that you ain't no goddamn God. God ain't put you on this earth just to be good. Nobody on this earth is like that. That's, again, people they put on. They act like they always good. They act like they ain't never had no damn bad day in their life. They act like they've always been that dude or they always been that girl. They act like they ain't never have no troubles. They act like they just got it in the bag, and it's a fake ass facade. They acting like they Jesus 2.0. It's a fake ass facade. And understand that. These people do not be happy, man. They run around here acting like they ain't never sinned a day in their life. But they can put it on their best. I'm telling you, the damn devils, and the devil's greatest power. And consequently, the goddamn devil's kids or these people that acting like the goddamn, their greatest power is the illusion. AKA Facebook, AKA Twitter, AKA all these other doggone social medias. It is the illusion. They can get at people. They can use manipulation through illusions. That's their power. It's not real. It's fake power. As long as the illusions are up, they have power. But once they're down, they don't have any. So that's why you got to understand your personal power comes from your personal accountability in saying that I know I might have not necessarily been the one that was in the wrong in these situations, but at the same time, I got to understand the part that I played. Because at the end of the day, again, if they were a murderer, everybody and a mama, the murderer, the person that killed you, they know that they was wrong. They don't give a damn. They still did it. And it don't change the fact that you dead. You see what I'm saying? It don't change the fact that you dead. People got all the sweetest words on the wrong. I mean, people got all the sweetest words in the wrong. I can't say nothing. They got all the sweetest words in the world, but they show you on a countless basis of how they think about you. They show you on a countless basis how they feel about you. They show you every day. And I know that hurt, but it's like you gotta look at that. But some people in this world, they ain't ready to hear all that. They not ready. Some people ain't gonna never be ready. They can't bear that truth. But if you're the individual that can, you can bear the truth. You can and begin to work through whatever everything you got to go through that emotional term. And I don't give a damn who it is. It could be a grown ass man. It could be a grown ass man. He got emotions too. They're not robots. They're not robots. A grown ass man. A lot of men they suffer in silence and they suffer behind the doggone scene. A lot of dudes they already know if you get up and you say certain type of things, everybody gonna see you as soft and they gonna see you as weak. And no man on this earth want to be seen as soft or weak for the most part. No dude wants to be seen in that doggone light. And so what a lot of times what dudes do is they hide their problems and they boggle it down. They asses can't even go to their damn homeboy. They homeboy gonna call him a bitch ass nigga. Like nigga, pull up your goddamn skirt, you little bitch. Damn. Stop crying all the damn time. That's what a lot of dudes will do to you. That's what they will say. But you like, how the hell do I work through these problems? Like, it's not about you crying or whatever. But I'm saying like, it's like that's what the nigga stop. Okay, it's over. Or you know what I'm saying? Like they'll say, and it's not to say that these people is wrong, but a lot of times it's like these people don't even know what the hell to work through them problems. They don't know how to get through. And you a grown ass man, you can't go out here in this world and don't know how to work. Because a lot of these dudes, they be acting like they tough and all that stuff. It's like you can easily get them caught up. They extremely emotional. They all over the goddamn place. They not happy inside. Like these dudes suffer in silence. They do. They just good at putting on, and then they go with this facade where they Superman, like they the toughest dude in the room, and they not. But they trying to overcompensate because they know damn well that they don't feel that way. They gotta overcompensate. It's like you don't want to do that, man. You don't want to have relationships with people in any kind. You ain't got to just be with your girl or your girls or whatever you got going on. It's like, man, you want to actually have some type of productive relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, or with your, with your kids too, your grandkids, man. You don't want to go out there and just be seen as this negative ass, mean, honorary person. Nobody gonna want to mess with you at the end of the damn day. You gotta teach them kids lessons. You gotta teach your kids lessons. It's like, what? No, you gotta be a leader in your family. You the goddamn man, but you gotta work through all that stuff, man. You gotta work through that stuff. And sometimes, man, you gotta work through it with yourself or you gotta go to God. Cause a lot of the people, other people out here, especially a lot of the dudes, they don't have no goddamn clue. A lot of these people, they run away from themselves. A lot of dudes, they run away from themselves. They do. They don't have no goddamn clue. And they go so hard on like not showing anything. It's like these people, they literally lack emotions. And that stuff is, you don't want to be in those type of places, man. You don't. You do not want to be in no place where you a grown ass man and you have not like you a man, you a robot. I mean, you're not a damn robot. You a man. How the hell you gonna have a productive relationship with your kids and your jits or your you know what I'm saying like with your girl or whatever the hell you got going on? How the hell can you have a productive life in a lot of ways that you actually like and you fulfilled with? You don't want to be by your damn self all the damn time. You like it a long time, but you know what I'm saying. But in general, but just like I know that was a little bit offshoot, but I'm talking about just in general. And this is what sometimes even when you talking to people, you got to understand this about people, man. If they not ready to hear these things, man, it's a goddamn waste of your time to sit there and go back and forth with people like this. You can see clearly what the problem is, but they can't. And even if they do, they're not ready to change. And that's just what it is. Some people ain't ready to change. Even if you look at yourself at certain points in times in your life, think about what you was going through. When, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when people probably came up to you and told you, oh, you need to do this. You probably wasn't ready to do it at that time. It wasn't until, later when you worked out what you need to work out, okay, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to go now. But before you wasn't ready when somebody's coming at you. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you got to look at people too. It's like it's not to hate people or to like look down on people. It's just understand, man. A lot of people they're not ready to hear that type of stuff. Some people they don't want to change. They don't want to look at that and like that trauma or whatever they've been doing or enduring. They don't want to admit that they have flaws in whatever they're doing. And it's not, I'm saying like it's like they like some people like man I just be doing good by people and I don't deserve what they do to me and it's like no they don't. They don't deserve it. They don't realize that you are the one that's giving it to people. Like people, you want people who ain't got a goddamn good bone in their body. You want people to be treating you with decency. It's like these people ain't got no damn decency. Some people just don't. They don't want to do that. They will say out their mouth, so you got to watch their actions, and you can't rely on these people to come back and apologize. Man, a lot of people, they'll never apologize to you. There's a lot of people, they will never, they damn pride is so damn high, they will never, they rather go to the damn electric chair before they ever remotely act like they might have remorse behind closed doors. They might want to say sorry behind, but it's like a lot of these people, hell no. Especially when it comes to other people and other people are watching them, hell no, they'll never do it. Never. Because they damn pride. And it's like these people, they gonna fall into their own damn traps. You do not want to be those type of people. Do not be one of those type of people. It's like these people gonna fall in damn traps. They're gonna be miserable. You do not want to be in their doggone shoes. But other people, man, it's like they just don't want to be seen a certain type of way. Or hell, they just like going out there hurting people. It makes them feel good going out there and hurt other people. It makes them feel good tearing other people down. Because when they tear other people down, they feel better. They feel higher than that individual. And you gotta understand that's what it is. They look at you as a goddamn goofy if they feel like they can get around you. That's why you like, oh man, I'm be treating people good and I be showing people all this love, man. I ain't do nothing but you a God fearing person. A lot of people, they don't give a damn about that. They look at you as a goddamn fool, and they look at you as a goofy, and they look at you as weak. And I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but that is what a lot of the people of the world, they will see, is because they thinking, look, I only care about the here and now. You thinking about the forever. They're thinking about the here and now. What can I get out of you right now? If I can get something up out of you, and all I have to do is act like I got the same godlike traits as you. I act like I'm kind. I act like I like you. I act like I love you. I act like dot dot dot. If I can act a certain type of way, and I can get whatever I can get up out of you right now, you are weak in my damn book. You're goofy. You're dumb. You're bop bop. That's not me personally. I'm saying that's what the people of the world who are not, that is what they think. That's how they look at the situation. And so it's like in understanding the situation from their perspective. They don't see those tools as some type of strength. You look at manipulation potentially in a negative way, where you don't necessarily try to go out there and manipulate. They see that as that's their leg up. You're stupid for not using it. That is how they think. The complete opposite. So you cannot rely on people to treat you with respect when they've shown you all the time that they don't respect you. You can't treat people, you can't expect people to treat you some way that they're not. And sometimes they tell you that in their actions. They might not necessarily say that out their mouth, because their mouth will say something completely different. But their actions telling you what it is. And you have this cognitive dissonance where you're confused is because their actions are just showing you one thing, but their mouth is saying a whole nother thing. And you don't know which one is true. It's their actions. It's their actions. That's the truthful one. Anybody can easily lie. How hard is it to show actions? It's not, if you don't believe in something and your actions will show what you believe in. Your actions will show what you're really about. Your actions, you can say any damn thing, but your actions is going to show exactly what it is. It's the truth, it's the reality. So you don't have to go back and forth like, oh man, is this person, a person that's trying to confuse, a person that's got all that confusion in your head and you confused, that's the goddamn devil. That's the damn devil. God does not give you a spirit of confusion and fear. That's the damn devil. God gives you peace if you have clarity with people. So their actions is lining up with their words. You're not confused. It's not like which one is it? No, that's the damn devil. That confusion, damn devil. Some people, man, their only happiness is life is to tear them down the next man. It's to tear you down, to wipe that damn smile off your face. They will say whatever they can say to get in close. And if they can get anything up out of you with those godlike traits you talking about, they looking at you, you a damn dummy. Because you over here talking about those godlike traits are strengths. How is it that I'm taking advantage of you then? How is it I'm getting over on you then? It looks like to me that's just stupidity. That's what they say, and that's what they think, and that's what their actions will show you. That's when you have to understand personal accountability. When people don't understand that, when they don't want to listen to that part, they're gonna get their ass a drug for the rest of their life. And sometimes you gotta let it happen. You gotta let it happen. You tell people a word, sometimes people they ready to hear, other times they not. You sit there, you go back and forth, man. It's gonna be your whole life where this person just complaining about what the hell that they going through, and they don't want to change it. Some people don't want to change it. Other people they don't know how. Other people they too goddamn stubborn to actually change. They don't want to. They don't want to look at themselves. And every time you say something about personal accountability, all they look at it is as you are invalidating them. You siding with the enemies. That's what they feel. That's it's not. They're not listening to what you're saying. They're not listening. And sometimes, I mean, yeah, sometimes you can blurt it out like, oh, well, you got to do this. Sometimes you got to take a step back and listen to people. And if they're ready, you can start to say that. But other times, you're going to just drain your damn self with a lot of people. So you can't just go out there and do that type of stuff with people. You got to understand, if people ain't ready to hear it, they ain't going to ready to hear it. And that's where your personal accountability as an individual, because these people will drain the hell up out of you. They will bring you down. And then the thing is they got an attitude when you don't want to interact with them like that no more, or you got to distance yourself, or you got to do whatever it takes to protect yourself. They got an attitude with you acting like you acting, and they don't even see they don't stay personal accountability. They don't see how what they're doing towards you is dragging you down to the pits of hell. Frankly, a lot of them don't care. They just feel like just need to be there, and they're not trying to change it, but they just want you to sit there and continue to listen to what they're talking about. And it's just like it's draining, like because you already know what's gonna happen before they open up their mouth. You already know what they about to say. A whole another female came in and got over on you, really big dog. Dang, that's crazy. Maybe, oh, damn, she played you. Oh man, that's crazy. Oh, she lied about who she was. Damn, big homie, that's crazy. Damn, baby, he did that again. Oh, he cheat. Oh, he did it. Dang, girl, that's crazy. That's what people will start doing because it's like, what? Because it's like people, they tell you who they are, even if you don't want to hear it. But a lot of times, another thing is, and I'm gonna say this real quick before I get off. A lot of times, another thing is people, as in general, we want to change people if we could. We see people, we see certain qualities in them, and we thinking like, oh man, if I could just change and tweak this person, if I could just and some people they come in with that game, they can see you want to do that. Oh yeah, they gonna come in. Oh yeah, baby, I'm gonna change. Yeah, baby, baby, just give me 2 more years, baby, and I'm gonna get my like I'm just messing with them chicken heads for a little bit, girl. I mean, like, come on, look at baby. I'm just a man. I'm weak sometimes, and they just be coming on to me, baby. I'm gonna change though, baby. I'm gonna break up with her, baby. Trust me. I'm gonna do my boy. He's just a friend. Okay, it was just a time. It was just one time. Listen, okay. I'm gonna get my act together. My girl's going out to Miami this weekend. I just whatever the hell them girls be saying. I don't know if they be saying all the time, but y'all do it to tell I'm talking about. Sometimes it's like people, again, another way of like just maintaining your peace and taking personal accountability is you got to look at people for who they are, not who they trying to claim they are. And sometimes a lot of times people they tell you who they are in the very beginning, man. But sometimes people, man, they be like they want to change them, and then they be upset that they can't change that person. Like I always say, man, sometimes like dudes, I've seen so many dudes do this. They'll get mad because their girls going out to the club all the doggone time, but the dude, he met the girl at the club. He met her at the club, and she said, "Oh, I changed," and she didn't change. She still like, and it's not like to be disrespectful. It's like, dog, she like if she's there now, she's going to more likely be there later. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not about making somebody feel bad. It's about understanding like how you got to protect yourself because other people of the world they don't care. They will say whatever they can say to get around you to get whatever they want, and they will drag you and they won't care. They will keep on saying whatever because they're like, okay, you still listening to me? You know what I'm saying? Like that's all they mentality. Because they want whatever they want. They want whatever they want when they gonna go get whatever they want. And oftentimes, man, they telling you right away. They telling you what it is. They telling you if you're not ready for this dude, if you don't want this dude to be out in the streets and you want to have a certain type of lifestyle with him, why would you take a dude that's in the streets serious? And then you get mad later because the dude he was in the streets when you met him. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, how you gonna get mad at this old girl because she got an OnlyFans and she's like, and you telling her to take it down, she don't want to take it down or whatever, or she said she'll take it down, but she's not taking it down, and now you're getting upset and it's like, but she showed you at the beginning, like she was on OnlyFans. If you know you're not a man, and sometimes you gotta learn that lesson. Sometimes you be like, okay, well maybe and then you realize, hell no, that's not who you is as a man. You know what I'm saying? But like if that's the case, you can't change her. She is who she is, and you know God doesn't even change. I mean God, we have free will. God gives us free will. The damn devil tries to control and you know people. God gives us free will, and you got to let people have free will, and let them be who they are. Whoever they are, they're going to be that person. The thing is, you know, as an individual, that's not who you are as an individual. You know that you don't like A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And so if people you're meeting people, even in the initial meeting, if they are displaying A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and you already know you don't like that, you already know as a person that's not what you rocking with or you vibing with. You know that this person is not for you. It's that simple. It's that simple. Cause and again, we all have been young and naive. Where we've taken a chance. We've seen A, B, C, D, F, and G, and we didn't necessarily know ourselves enough to understand that. Hell, like now that you went through it, you're like, no. You go through it one time, hell no. Now you taking the personal accountability. Now you taking the power back because now you understand, okay, next time this is what I want in people, this is what I want in the job, this is what I want with family members, this is what I want, this is what I want. And when people ain't giving that to you, you already know yourself as a person. I love you, but you got to go. I'm not about to have you bring hell into my life. I'm not about to patty cake with the damn devil. If people don't understand that, and people don't want to acknowledge that, and people, it is what it is. They're gonna be upset. They're gonna be mad. They're gonna whatever, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, man, you want to be happy. You want to have a peaceful life. They're gonna do whatever. And oftentimes, these people, they don't respect your boundaries because they don't want you to have boundaries because they want to just take advantage of you. So when you're putting up boundaries, of course they're gonna have an attitude with you. Of course they're gonna make you look like you the damn big bad wolf. The fact of the matter is like that you have to have those things. And the crazy thing is, these very same individuals that got everything that said about you when you put up your boundaries, when the shoe is on the other foot, they got all these excuses. They always try to find some type of loophole. They always try to make you feel guilty or shameful because you won't lower your boundaries. And then if you give into that, they're gonna keep on doing that. They use manipulation over and over. So it's okay to have boundaries when it's on their side, but when it's on your side, no, you're not allowed to have any boundaries because you can't go over there and get whatever you want from them. It's all these excuses. It's all this goddamn explanation. But when it's on the shoes on the other foot and they coming to you, they expect you to give up whatever you got each and every time. You got to understand that this type of individual right here, they're not on no common ground with you. They want a one-sided relationship where they always benefit up off of you and you don't. And sometimes a lot of these people, they lack self-awareness so severely they don't even see it. Some people ain't even trying to, like, they severely lack self-awareness. And the thing is, yet again, you understand that, hey, some people are naive or they don't know themselves enough. They lack self-awareness. They lack these different type of things. And though you bring it to their attention, they don't still get it. And so with all that being said, you understand yourself as a person. This person's gonna put you in the damn early grave. You keep on going back and forth with a person like this, they're gonna put you in the grave. And though they might not be malicious in what they're doing, and though it doesn't change the fact that they don't have no damn self awareness, and it's destroying you. It's like it doesn't necessarily matter that they saying sorry. It doesn't change the fact that they're destroying you. It's like for example, it's like somebody walking and they walk and just stepped on your foot, and there's a big ass dude, he like 300 pounds or something like that, stepped on your foot, and he legitimately didn't try to like hurt you. And you get mad though, because you get like, damn, that still hurt. It don't even matter if that dude said sorry. If it doesn't matter what his intention, it still hurt. It doesn't change the fact that it hurt. And that's the same thing sometimes, like in relationships or whatever the case may be with people. Even if they're not trying to work on themselves, it doesn't change the fact that you got all that damn pain that they're causing you. Even if they not unintentional, even if you're bringing it to their attention, some people, they're not even willing to change. They be like, okay, well, I ain't trying to do that, and they think it's good like that. No, it's not good like that, because that's going to bring you down. That's where your personal accountability, and a lot of people don't realize that's where their power is. That's your power right there, because now you can make the choice. I like this individual potentially, or whatever the situation might be. I might love these people, but they don't love me in the same way. They're not considerate in the same way. They don't put up, I put up my boundaries, or like they put up and maintain their boundaries. But when I put up mine and they try to tear them down. It's like you got to see these things and see people for who they are, not who you want them to be. because that's when you can start making adjustments. Some people, you remove their ass about your life for indefinitely. Other people, man, you give them shorter periods of time based on whatever their behavior is. Some people, maybe you get like a day or two. Other people, man, that understand you, they understand your godlike qualities. They understand how you move, and they understand they're willing to work on things, man, and they communicate and everything like that. They do a lot of healthy things. That person can have so much more of your time, or that individual, that career or whatever. That is where you invest, not where people are either A, they don't want to change, B, they feel like they don't need to change, C, they don't want to do any type of anything else. It's like, it's cool. You don't have to sit there and judge people for not wanting to work through their traumas. You don't have to sit there for who they are. But the same vein, just in the same vein that you gave them the ability to be who they are, you give yourself the ability to be who you are, because they're not going to give it to you. You give it to yourself. If you give it to them, you give it to yourself. If you're compassionate or you're understanding towards them, you give it to yourself. And whether or not they agree with your actions, they whether or not, it doesn't really matter. It don't matter, because you realize it's the person, it might not necessarily be a benefit in your life, but they want you to be in their life to be a benefit, but they will never be a benefit. If anything, they're a detriment in your life, and they expect to sit there and keep on tolerating it for whatever reason, because y'all can, because y'all blood, because y'all come from the same neighborhood, because y'all friends or whatever, or because y'all whoever, because y'all the same color, for whatever, y'all from the same culture, for whatever reason. Like, they is like, I'm telling you, the people, they like self awareness on a whole nother level. Like self awareness on a whole, they don't even see it. Whereas a lot of other people, they definitely see it and they know what they're doing and they don't care. So you gotta care, but understand, even but with it helping people, explain this to people, people ain't gonna get it, because they don't. Sometimes people, they don't want to get it. Other people, they not in the space right now to understand it. Maybe they got to go through a lot more. Maybe they got to dwell in that. But the thing is, you ain't got to sit there with them if they're not willing to make amends. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a difference between somebody, a fake friend that leaves you at your time of need, or fake whatever at the time. Like, they'll say, "Oh yeah, I got your back. I got your back. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there." There's a difference, because sometimes, man, you got to let people go even when they're in that tough speech. It's not like you're trying to do it in a way where it's malicious. It's not like you're being fake. It's like they have to be willing to do something. And it's intentional, and you can see it, and it's like they're not just BSing you. They have to be willing to do something, communicate, or do something in such a way where, I mean, like, where, especially if they got to be, they got to be something where they're like, there is very much clear communication, and you as an individual can start to look at it. But it gets to a point where people, again, if they're not caring on, and they're not truthfully, and you'll see in their actions, they're not truthfully caring about you and how their behavior is affecting you and stuff like that. It's like you can't sit there and really buy into, a lot of times, like staying there with people who are not even remotely willing to do anything. They just want to dump their negativity onto you. Absolutely not. That's a boundary of mine. I understand you going through hard times. I'm willing to help you through these hard times, but you got to be meeting me halfway, and I got to see legitimate effort, not no fake ass like, oh yeah, no, 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 because I can see through all that. It's like, no. And if you can't do that, I'm not about to turn. I'm not about to. It's like they want you to jump in the water and drown with them. No, there's a difference between leaving somebody at their time of need in comparison to, you have to leave people because they're not willing to grow, they're not willing to change, and they're not willing to do anything. There's two completely different things. So, in understanding that, man, that's why you gotta exonerate yourself sometimes from those negative feelings, because it's like people, they won't care when you're suffering. They won't care when you are in that space. It's like they won't care. A lot of people, man, they will leave you. They will, you know what I'm saying? Like, they will be fake and leave when they said they was gonna be there. No, they will not. A lot of people, they will not do those things. And it's, again, it's a difference between being there, being like a fake person, like saying, "Oh yeah, yeah," and then they just leaving when they feel like you ain't got nothing else to offer them. In comparison to, you're trying to help this person, but they're not willing to do anything. They're not willing to take a step. They're not willing, and they just want you to sit there with them. And most of the time, they're just trying to drag you down. No, no, no. And then they saying like, "Oh, you're not loyal." No, People got to take personal accountability, just like, because if they don't understand that, you understand your personal your power comes from your personal accountability. You understand you made your happiness and you make your peace with the people that you have in your lifestyle and everything like that because of you do take personal accountability and you let people go who need to go. You don't judge people. It's not about these people being bad. And even if these people say that stuff about you, even if these people despise you or whatever they do, it don't really matter because you already know who you are and you already know God know who you are. And at the end of the day, half the time, 99.99% of the time, that's the only thing that matters. So understand that. And with all that being said, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.